If you haven't taken the time to watch the Tiger doc, you really should, man. Because for one, there's so much information there, but more importantly, there are so many different conversations that you can extract from what happened in that documentary, you know? For one, you look at the tone of the documentary. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. If y'all make a documentary out of me, about me, don't talk for me. Speak for yourself. Talk about what you thought was the truth, what you felt was happening in that situation, but don't speak for me. Because if you ain't me, if you don't have a direct quote, if you don't have me on video, or you don't have a conversation that you and I had, don't speak for me. Don't say this is what he was thinking, or this is what he was likely thinking. No, say this is what I think he was thinking. Because it was just so much in that doc that just gave me so much, pause. For one, who the hell are these people to come off to tell Earl Woods how to raise his son? If we look at the life that we live, probably all of us need some therapy. Some more than others. Tiger definitely needed some therapy. He went and got some help that he needed. I don't know where he's at in his mental state. But damn it, he's the highest grossing athlete of my lifetime. Would I trade that for a little bit of mental health issues? Yeah. To be the best that I could be? And what I do, would I trade that in for some poor mental health? Absolutely. Would I trade it in for poor physical health? Yes, absolutely. Because guess what? A lot of us are living average, mediocre lives, and we still ain't fixed our demons. We still ain't working on our demons. But we want to tell Earl Woods. We want to tell LeVar Ball. We want to tell Serena and Venus's daddy how to raise their kids. Man, do you see what their kids turned into? You need to talk to yourself about your issues, about how you raising your kids, because the way they're raising their kids, man, they raise their kids to be some of the best in the world at what it is that they do. And what do we want? We want our kids to be successful. And I tell you, the tone of these people saying, Earl, he should have done that. He should have done that. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I agree with helicopter parenting? I don't know. Do I think that you have people like Tiger Woods, you have people like Michael Jackson who did not have childhoods, who did not get to have proper socialization, and they did not get to build the proper social skills to be a highly functional social human being? Yes, absolutely. I do agree with that. And I think it's unfortunate that was taken away from them. But something is taken away from all of us. What are you willing to lose? What do you want to have? What do you want to gain? Fame and fortune. I mean, you can't prepare anybody for fame, but you can prepare them to be great at what they do. And I can never knock a dad and we're in an environment where we want to shit on dads for not taking care of their kids. I mean, I've seen people out there back to the list saying, let's put out a list of people taking care of their dad or their kids. Oh man, shut up. But now we got dads who were super invested, involved in their kids' lives, and we want to knock them for that too. Come on, man. I can think of guys I grew up with whose dads were super involved in their lives, and maybe they did too much. But what they did was they got their kid to a place that they couldn't get themselves to. And isn't that the goal of parenting? Parents ain't perfect. They're not perfect, but we can't knock our parents for trying to make our life better based on what they know. And I damn sure don't like no traditional white media trying to tell Earl Woods, LeVar Ball, Joe Jackson how to raise their damn kids. Because we don't get the greatness that exists with them without that. I mean, you think about all of our greats, they all have major flaws, and they're usually in the social realm. Why? Because to be so good at something, to be so obsessive, you don't have time to develop social skills like everyone else. You don't have time to deal with people in the same space that everyone else does. Why? Something has to lack. Think about it. You live in your comfortable life with a decent level of balance. I bet you're not exceptional at anything. There's no way to be exceptional with balance because balance is this right here. If you're exceptional, you're up here, which means that there's a trade-off that brings something else down here. Is it worth the trade-off? For you, maybe not. But for them, it was worth the trade-off, and that's why they were great. Oh, I can go on for days, man. People was waiting on Tiger's downfall. They wanted him to fall off. Why? Because he was better than them. Don't be a hater. But I got a question for you. And I'm not going to talk about it on this podcast, but I have a question for you. Monogamy. Is that real? Is monogamy a real thing? Do we actually want monogamy, or is that just an idea that we push? Is monogamy real? Should it be real? Should it be our social norm, or is it something that was made up by somebody or some people who, had a little bit of influence but could not actually, live a non-monogamous life? They didn't have those options. Just something to think about.